Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us on our journey of designing conceptual framework that has essential building blocks for future blended learning academies. My name is Haya Alastal, and this paper has been conducted with my colleague Rania Asad under the supervision of our professor Vandana Savara from Rochester Institute of Technology, Dubai. So the first question that I believe you might have is what motivated our research? As we all know, the pandemic has changed all sectors of economy, especially the education sector, leading to a major change in the mode of delivery, as COVID-19 enabled broader acceptance of technology-enhanced learning. Blended learning, which combines both face-to-face and online learning, has become the most suitable mode of delivery. However, gaps that have been experienced in terms of quality of teaching and learning have been experienced. Therefore, the aim of research is to highlight all important building blocks to enhance the quality of blended learning. A conceptual framework has been developed to provide the educationalists with all essential building blocks in 5 major areas known as PATHCO, which stands for pedagogical, assessments, technological, healthcare, and organizational factors that are required to overcome those gaps and challenges. The COVID-19 has urged the world to take on a new direction in learning. It has forced both the students and teachers to bring learning to their homes through online learning. Today, technology-enhanced learning has become the new normal and has proved to be an effective method for learning that should not be discarded in the post-pandemic world, but rather incorporated into the education sector along with traditional face-to-face learning as blended learning. As defined by Graham in 2006, blended learning is a learning system that combines face-to-face instruction with computer-mediated instruction. Hence, to ensure high quality of material delivery in blended learning, we must look into the different factors that play a key role in both online and face-to-face learning components. The conduction of this paper was through a process of analysis and evaluation of previously published papers with high ratings that were carried in the field of studying the effectiveness of blended learning initiatives and strategies. The results of this process is taken into consideration to reshape the structure of delivery of blended learning for superior quality. Now let us take a look into our findings. For each of the 5 main factors, we will be taking you through both the online and face-to-face components. The first factor in our conceptual framework is the pedagogical factor, which is a factor concerned with the method of teaching and managing students. And the required components of face-to-face are frequent number of meetings during week that would support a better quality of learning, quality social interaction, which is considered an advantage of face-to-face meetings, timely feedback, which solves the problem of lack of feedback when being online, and lastly, the ability of teachers to read students' body language clearly. While for the online components, elements such as effective student engagement strategies, as there is a lack of social interaction among students when they are being behind screens, enhanced collaboration, which allows the students to grow skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, and teamwork, inclusion of humanizing content, and prioritizing relationship building between students and teachers, conducting efficient online laboratory activities, such as what we found in one of the papers that carried out a chemistry course online with its laboratory. Another factor that we considered in our conceptual framework is the organizational factor, which includes all elements that influence the behavior of organizations and everybody within it. The face-to-face components of the organizational factor include elements such as ensuring the presence of effective communication by providing the proper platform, facilitating technical training for both instructors and students, boosting active participation through conducting training sessions that allow for successful achievement of learning outcomes, and lastly, availability for assistance such as providing feedback and answering questions and concerns. On the other hand, Online components include elements such as providing a detailed outline for preparation of material, as online learning requires providing the students with materials before the start of the class. Organizing an online orientation to ensure the students are aware of what to expect in blended learning, and also support teachers' readiness, as teachers are not only responsible for teaching, but they are also technicians when being online. And lastly, students' readiness, as the students' readiness and preparedness and perception play a key role in the success of this teaching and learning experience. For the technological factor, and although face-to-face has low usage of technology components, yet elements that affect the quality of delivery have been recorded, such as moderate dependency on technology, as face-to-face learning mainly focuses on hard copy materials and textbooks. Ease of access to classrooms, as students can attend the classes regardless of their availability or access to technology. While when being online, components such as uninterrupted internet connection, which is required for a smooth experience with no difficulties and cuts, immediate technical support that can fix any issue faced when conducting the class, adequate video and audio quality to ensure that materials are delivered with no complications, and lastly, easy access to materials when being online. Healthcare is an essential factor that we are introducing and which shall be put into consideration in today's blended learning framework, especially with the practices that students and teachers are obligated to follow to stay safe within the current issue imposed by the pandemic. Face-to-face elements include proper implementation of distance learning measures that should be taken into consideration to ensure the safety of all personnel, being able to socialize at the same effective level while practicing social distancing in post-COVID era, introducing mental health support groups, and introducing strategies to deal with anxiety and stress built from uncertainty of blended learning and the pandemic. While online components are concerned with elements such as recognizing mental health challenges faced by the students when being behind screens, organizing student health support that are available even online. Similar to the importance given to the student's mental health issue, there is also a need in giving importance to faculty mental health care. And lastly, defining strategies to deal with anxiety and stress. For the assessment factor of blended learning, elements that ensure an effective evaluation process in a face-to-face setting include successful proctoring of exams and quizzes, highlighting principles of constructive assessments that ensure fair and unsuccessful evaluation of students' levels of understanding and cognitive skills, and also designing reflective assessment questions. While evaluation in an online setting is concerned with elements such as building strategies to reduce virtual assessment challenges, providing timely grades and feedback, ensuring the availability of technical support during exams to avoid any anxiety caused by those technical issues, and lastly, supporting ease of access to learning management system and having it to be user-friendly. In order to visualize the results of the conducted research, we have created a conceptual framework to be considered when building a new effective quality learning academies, which can be seen on the following slide. Throughout the whole period of research, we faced a few obstacles that at some point hindered our progress, such as the lack of quantitative or qualitative survey to study the actual norm, the fact that only few published research papers have been done in the same field, and lastly, limitation on accessing published papers. For future researchers, we recommend you to dive deeper into this interesting topic by going beyond the limits of our study and broaden the main elements of the conceptual framework suggested. We also advise you to include the human factor in your studies for more reliable results. Lastly, in our research, we would like to bring to your attention that we have analyzed papers from different years, but mainly those published from the beginning of the pandemic. So starting from 2021 till today. Allow me to thank you for staying with us till the end of this journey, and hopefully our research added value to educationalists and quality seekers. We will be more than glad to accept and answer your questions and concerns by either our emails, which is mentioned on this slide, or you by adding your questions in the comment section of this video. Thank you.